What if the most dangerous threat to your health is the one you cannot feel, cannot see, and cannot hear? Imagine something quietly working in the background of your life, slowly changing your future without sending a single warning signal. Kidney disease often begins this way, silently and patiently, progressing long before discomfort forces you to pay attention. Many people wait for pain before they take action, believing that serious illness must always announce itself loudly. Yet the truth is far more unsettling. Some of the most life-altering conditions begin in complete silence. This is why understanding early urine testing is not just a medical topic. It is a message about awareness, responsibility, and the power of early action. When we speak about protecting our kidneys, we are really speaking about protecting our future, our independence, and our quality of life. The kidneys are remarkable organs, working tirelessly every single minute to filter waste, balance fluids, regulate blood pressure, and maintain the delicate chemistry that keeps the body alive. They perform these complex tasks without applause or recognition. Most of us rarely think about them until something goes wrong. But here is the profound lesson. By the time symptoms appear, damage may already be significant. This is where early urine tests become a symbol of proactive living. A simple laboratory analysis can detect albuminuria, the presence of albumin in the urine, which signals that the kidney's filtering system is under stress. Healthy kidneys hold essential proteins in the bloodstream, preventing them from leaking out. When small amounts of protein begin to appear in urine, it is not just a laboratory number. It is a quiet message from the body asking for attention. Inspired by the educational insights of Dr. Matthew R. Weir, we are reminded that prevention is always more powerful than reaction. He emphasizes that early detection provides an opportunity, a window that allows individuals to take control before the situation becomes severe. This philosophy extends beyond medicine. It teaches us that small signals, when noticed early, can change the entire trajectory of our lives. Albuminuria may start in tiny amounts, almost insignificant in appearance, yet it carries immense meaning. It tells us that the kidneys are struggling, perhaps due to high blood pressure, diabetes, inflammation, or other underlying conditions. Ignoring these early signs is like ignoring a crack in a foundation. The longer it is left unattended, the more complex the repair becomes. Routine urine testing is not complicated, expensive, or dramatic. It is simple, accessible, and powerful. That simplicity is what makes it extraordinary. A routine check can reveal protein leakage long before swelling, fatigue, or changes in urination occur. It offers a chance to adjust lifestyle habits, improve nutrition, control blood pressure, manage blood sugar, and seek professional medical guidance. It allows individuals to protect their kidney function while it is still largely intact. Early awareness transforms fear into empowerment. Instead of waiting helplessly for symptoms, you become an active participant in your own well-being. There is something deeply motivating about knowing that prevention is within reach. You do not need to wait for a crisis to take responsibility. You do not need to experience pain to justify action. The body often whispers before it screams, and urine testing helps us hear that whisper. It shifts the narrative from crisis management to long-term protection. It reminds us that health is not maintained by chance, but by consistent, thoughtful decisions made over time. Kidney disease may develop silently, but silence does not mean invisibility. Through early urine testing, what is hidden becomes visible. What is uncertain becomes measurable. What feels distant becomes immediate and actionable. This is not about living in fear. It is about living with awareness. It is about recognizing that the smallest changes, detected early, can preserve years of healthy living. The message is simple, yet powerful. Do not wait for symptoms to dictate your actions. Let knowledge guide you. Let prevention strengthen you. And let early testing become a symbol of your commitment to protecting the life you are building every single day. The kidneys are not dramatic organs. They do not demand attention. Yet they determine the rhythm of your internal balance every second of your life. They filter nearly 50 gallons of blood each day, removing toxins, stabilizing electrolytes, and helping regulate blood pressure with quiet precision. When they begin to weaken, the process is gradual and almost invisible. There is no loud alarm, no flashing warning light, only subtle biochemical shifts that can be detected through careful testing. This reality challenges a common belief that illness always announces itself clearly. In truth, the body often communicates through whispers long before it resorts to a cry for help. A simple urine test can capture these whispers by revealing albuminuria, a small but significant leakage of protein into the urine. That small presence of protein is more than a number on a laboratory report. It is evidence that the filtering units of the kidneys are under strain. Albumin is a vital protein that should remain in the bloodstream, supporting fluid balance and carrying essential substances throughout the body. Healthy kidneys act as a selective barrier, keeping albumin where it belongs. When that barrier becomes compromised even slightly, albumin slips through. This early leakage may not cause discomfort, swelling, or fatigue. A person can feel completely normal while microscopic changes are unfolding internally. That is why routine urine testing holds such profound value. It brings hidden processes into the light. It transforms uncertainty into measurable information. It offers a moment of clarity in a process that would otherwise remain concealed. There is a deeper lesson embedded in this medical reality. Early detection represents responsibility. It reflects a mindset that values foresight over reaction. The teachings that echo from experts like Dr. Matthew R. Weir remind us that waiting for symptoms is not a strategy, it is a risk. When small abnormalities are identified early, lifestyle adjustments can begin immediately. Blood pressure can be monitored and controlled more carefully. Blood sugar levels can be managed with greater discipline. Nutritional habits can be refined to reduce stress on the kidneys. Medications can be adjusted under professional guidance to protect kidney function. Each of these steps, taken early, carries the potential to preserve years of health. Yet many people delay testing because they feel fine. They equate the absence of discomfort with the absence of danger. This assumption creates a dangerous gap between reality and perception. Kidney disease does not need to hurt in order to progress. It can advance quietly, reducing filtration capacity little by little. By the time symptoms such as swelling in the legs, persistent fatigue, or changes in urination appear, significant damage may already have occurred. The suspense lies in this hidden progression, the idea that something essential could be changing without visible evidence. It challenges us to reconsider how we define health. Routine urine testing is not a sign of weakness or anxiety. It is a demonstration of wisdom. It acknowledges that prevention is more effective than crisis management. It respects the complexity of the human body and recognizes that early intervention is far less burdensome than late-stage treatment. A simple test can open the door to protective measures that slow or even halt progression. It can shift the course of a person's health journey from decline to stability. This understanding should not create fear, but empowerment. Knowledge replaces uncertainty with direction. Awareness replaces complacency with intention. The small act of providing a urine sample becomes a symbol of proactive living. It represents a commitment to long-term well-being rather than short-term comfort. When individuals embrace early testing, they send a powerful message to themselves. Their future matters. Their independence matters. Their health deserves attention before crisis forces it. Kidney protection begins with awareness, and awareness often begins with something as simple as a laboratory result. What seems routine can be life-changing. What appears minor can carry immense significance. In this quiet intersection between science and personal responsibility lies an opportunity to protect what cannot be easily replaced. The kidneys may work in silence, but through early urine testing, their condition does not have to remain unknown. True strength is revealed not when everything is functioning perfectly, but when you choose to act before something breaks down. The silent nature of kidney disease challenges the way most people think about health, because it forces you to confront an uncomfortable truth. Feeling well does not always mean being well. Deep within the body, the kidneys continue their intricate work, filtering waste, balancing minerals and regulating fluids with astonishing precision. They do this faithfully, without complaint, even when early damage begins to affect their delicate filtering units. This is why early urine testing carries such profound significance. It uncovers what cannot be felt. It measures what cannot be seen. It translates biological whispers into clear, understandable information. When albumin appears in the urine, even in tiny amounts, it signals that the protective barrier of the kidneys is weakening. That signal may seem small, but its meaning is powerful. The presence of protein in the urine is not merely a laboratory irregularity, it is a call for awareness. It tells a story about pressure within the blood vessels, about blood sugar levels that may be straining the kidneys, about inflammation or vascular stress that is gradually altering filtration. These processes often unfold slowly, layer by layer, without creating immediate discomfort. That gradual progression is what makes early detection so critical. When identified at the beginning, kidney stress can often be slowed or even stabilized. Lifestyle adjustments, such as reducing sodium intake, improving hydration habits, maintaining a healthy weight, and increasing physical activity can make a measurable difference. Blood pressure control becomes more intentional. Diabetes management becomes more precise. Medications can be reviewed to ensure they are protective rather than harmful. Each proactive step builds a stronger foundation for long-term kidney preservation. There is an empowering philosophy behind this approach. It is the belief that awareness gives you choice. Without testing, there is uncertainty. With testing, there is direction. Dr. Matthew R. Weir has consistently emphasized the importance of early detection, reminding individuals that prevention is not passive but active. It requires engagement, discipline, and the willingness to look at information honestly. It requires resisting the temptation to delay action simply because symptoms have not yet appeared. The suspense lies in the unseen progression that can occur when warning signs are ignored. Kidney damage does not suddenly appear overnight. It advances quietly, often over years. The danger is not in a single abnormal result, but in repeated neglect of small abnormalities that accumulate over time. When you understand this, routine urine testing transforms from a simple medical procedure into a strategic decision about your future. It becomes a declaration that you value prevention over crisis. It reflects maturity in how you approach your health. Instead of waiting for fatigue, swelling, or significant laboratory abnormalities in blood tests, you choose to monitor early markers that provide an opportunity for intervention. This shift in mindset changes everything. It replaces fear with preparation. It replaces helplessness with action. It reminds you that while you cannot control every biological process, you can control your response to early information. Health is rarely lost in a single dramatic moment. More often, it is eroded quietly through small, unnoticed changes. Early urine testing interrupts that silent erosion. It shines light on hidden shifts and offers a chance to correct course. The power of this knowledge is not in causing alarm, but in inspiring responsibility. By taking early signals seriously, you protect not only your kidneys, but your overall vitality, independence, and quality of life. Prevention is not dramatic, but it is powerful. And sometimes, the most courageous decision is to investigate what feels invisible before it becomes impossible to ignore.